What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Disney podcast. You know what? We were going to skip this week, but there's just too much juicy news, and we had to come at you live not necessarily live this week, but we had to come back this week because there's so much stuff to talk about. I was excited about it. I text Rob, I text Dave, and I said, yo, we cannot skip this week. Let's do it. So welcome back to another Disney podcast. What's up, fellas?
I'm super excited this week, boys. I'm super excited. Dave's complained I'm never excited. So.
I need a nap.
That is the most excitement.
There he is. He's gone. We tried a special setting, but he broke the internet
That
again.
didn't even work. He broke the internet.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. What's up, fellas?
What's up? Yeah, we have
Chilling.
2 shots every time he what's up?
I know.
My drink.
This
every
is
time
Brandon's. This is Brandon's call this week. Oh, I like it. It's a good call.
I like it too. It's a true story. He did text us and message us. And
We're not even waiting till Friday. We're just going to edit this super fast, and it's coming out super fast. So I'm not going to pick a day, but it's going to be super fast.
Yes.
Good thing we
And
didn't
we
play
went
a
back-
drinking game about.
And we
super
went
fast.
back to because it's all news today. So we went back to news and brews. So
Yeah.
I know Rob has been super sad that we have not shared nor drank any kind of alcoholic beverages during the last several shows. So Rob, what do you have today for news and brews?
Hi everyone. Yeah, it was peer pressure. Like I went out, I got a bunch of drinks and everything, and we haven't drank in like 3 weeks on the show. So, and then I mentioned this drink last week, the Yingling Flight, and Brandon just kind of shot it down. So, but you know, I just tried it. It was okay. So,
I mean, how much
exactly
does
what
it taste like
Brandon
Yingling? How much does it taste like Yingling? Is
Not
it
much.
close?
That's the problem. No,
Oh.
not really. That's the problem. So.
It's
Oh,
more of
wow.
like a Bud Light meets Corona meets awful.
It's exactly what it is. So, but I tried it for the show. Yingling Flight. I live
There
near
you go.
Yingling, near the brewery. I've been there. I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I'm a big Yingling fan, and this is new, and I don't really like it.
Rob is going to give a full featured review about this beer because he was so excited about doing it. So I'm going to turn it over to Rob. Go, 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 go,
That's so
go.
good. There's the review.
Guys, it has 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Yes,
I know it's
that's
super
very-
clear. You can read it.
I know it's
It's-
really
it's
that's
very
just
nice
the weird
and-
branding. I don't know.
4.2% alcohol, so it's right up there with a Miller Lite, a Bud Light. This is apparently turned into a brewery podcast.
Not
Yes.
sponsored by Yingling, by the way.
Not
No.
sponsored by you. Dave, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the manliest drink possible. Let me take it out of my cool Yeti holder.
Coolest drinks ever.
Truly not.
Cause Dave's
There it is.
truly.
Truly. This one is classic lime margarita because it was just May the 5th. So, you know, we're
Yeah.
still holding on to that dream.
There we go. And I also jumped in on the manly drink train, and this one is even.
Oh no, it's even better.
Folks, we interrupt this program
We
to tell you
interrupt
there
this
is.
program to
I'm
bring
gonna
back-
stop the show here. By the way, we told Brandon every time he stops, we just fill in his sentences.
That's right. He doesn't know.
and
this
I have to
stuff.
guess what they're talking about because internet sucks in Winter Garden, Florida. I think Disney is sucking it all out of
That
my
could be
house.
the case.
But anyway, I got the truly strawberry hibiscus.
Man's drinking flowers
Man-
called strawberry.
I'm drinking
There's
strawberry
no shame in our
flowers.
game.
I did
No
not
shame
get
in
the
my
truly
game.
memo, by the way.
Well,
was the
you can
only
tell
thing
Dave's been to Florida because Brandon's drinking it truly.
It's the only thing that was left in my fridge. I did have an Oktoberfest that has been in there since October. I'm not sure that one's still good.
Holding on to a dream.
If it is still good, I may not have been face up at the end of this podcast.
Oh
It
man.
was like me drinking the beer I got for St. Patrick's the year before, like the week before St. Patrick's Day this year. So
There you go.
Same
There was
concept.
just a couple floaters at the bottom. It was fun.
That is inappropriate.
Nice.
Okay. We bring you this podcast. I have some breaking news music here. Let's get it going. That's not it. I have some
One
breaking
thing you'll
news.
label those.
Here it is. That's not it either.
Dave, before you do
It's
this,
kinda like,
we've been doing this podcast for about 2.5 years now.
yes.
They make these little stickers that you can put like on the board next to the buttons, and it would say like
Okay.
sad music, happy music, downer, or breaking news, or magical. I'm gonna send those to you.
I actually load the things that are on here, and there is no breaking news music. I just wanted to keep hitting the buttons and make everybody think that I'm an idiot. Okay, I do
Well, it
have some
worked.
breaking news music.
worked.
Here we go. Breaking Disney news, everybody. That's why we're jumping on here. We want to share with you the breaking news that is now, 48 hours old, but we're going to do it
No,
anyway.
it just came out today, this stuff. No?
Was it? I thought
Yesterday.
it was yesterday.
Oh, you're saying
yesterday?
about the
Okay.
release of the show. Sorry.
Yeah, 48 hours at the release, which is still good. But that's just like there's a lot of reading. So we figured let's dive in and talk about what it is. Now we jokingly said off air before we started that Disney said, here are 5 fantastic fun things. That wasn't the title of the article, but it should have been. But we have really kind of nipped one of them. And why I say nipped one of them is in the title and throughout the paragraph explaining that one, they used the word continuing more than once. And so that does not qualify as the ADP breaking news segment. So we're going to pass on that one. And we'll talk about, I think, the 4 that are actually have got the social media world a buzz if you're a Disney fan. Is that fair?
I agree.
Yeah, and Rob's going to take lead because he's done the most research. Kidding. Okay.
Hold on, I wasn't doing that.
Okay, let's start off with a doozy because that's what they started off with. And that is, in no particular order, this is the best one. Removing theme park reservation requirements for date-based tickets. So how do we break this down? Starting January 9th of 2024. So yes, we're nowhere near the starting.
No.
That's kind of like
breaking news.
That's kind of like fall of 24.
When the 50th is over, this will start. Sorry.
It's another
I'm gonna
shot
drive that
category.
in,
We
yeah.
mentioned dates and how long things take.
Okay, all joking aside, I think this is the big one out of the handful of stuff that they talked about this week, just simply because I never thought this would go away. Guys, you were with me on this, right? We thought this was here to stay because staffing and people and hours and like where they need to put people in parks for what like days. It was just a great business move to be able to have that type of knowledge, and they're going to let it go. I mean, seeing as how they went 50 years without it, I'm guessing they'll be okay. But what do you guys think about this?
Yeah, like you said, I thought it was here to stay. But lately, have people been complaining about this? I was thinking, Brandon, do you have issues with this? Like, you're a local, you live, you can see the Magic Kingdom from your house. Do you have problems with the
I mean, I've never had a problem, even when it was like in the peak of like, the capacity limits and things like that. I never really had a problem getting a park reservation. So to me, it was never a huge deal. Now, the thing that I never understood, and I was with you, Dave. I never thought this would go away just from a business perspective.
Right.
But then I kind of backed up to think about it. And I thought, well, if you're buying a ticket that says you're going to the Magic Kingdom on June the 9th, that's the same thing as a reservation. Why do you need to then go to a different system and double emphasize, yep, I'm really coming. I bought the ticket for that day, but I'm also really coming to the park. So it made a lot of sense because I thought the ticket was the reservation.
Okay. Well, let's read through Disney's well-written paragraph because they take a lot of time.
Written
on
by
this,
lawyers, yes.
And because then I have some questions or some thoughts about what you just said, because I agree with everything you said, except when you buy tickets, they know where you're going. But I don't think that's the case. So I'm going to read through this again with my excited announcer voice, and we'll debate. Okay. Starting with park visits on January 9th, 2024, theme park reservations will no longer be required for date-based tickets.
What does that mean, date-based tickets?
Well, every ticket you buy, you base so when we went a couple weeks ago, we had to give our starting date. And then our starting date for our 2-day tickets lasted for 4 days. So we could go any 2 days during that 4-day period. Gone are the days where like you could buy a ticket and you had until you went to the park to go use it. So it was like 10 years or something.
Before the pandemic though, right?
Yeah.
You have to give him your date.
I don't know when they started it, but it definitely didn't used to be that way. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say like, I don't know, 2018, maybe it was pandemic, but I don't remember.
Like when I stayed at a hotel and I bought the package, maybe it's just with packages possibly. I say, hey, I'm coming January 15th. I had from January 15th, like you said, an X amount of days after that.
Yeah.
to use
Yeah, I
those
vaguely
days.
remember like if you went for 7 days, you had 10 days to use it or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So it may have been before the pandemic, but
It definitely
So
was, yeah.
I don't think it mentions that, but
Okay.
so no,
Okay.
I don't think it mentions that. So that still may be the case. Sorry, I didn't finish my statement. My bad. You heard that right. When getting your ticket, you will simply select a start date for January 9th, 2024 or later, complete your purchase, and then you will be set. For reference, date-based tickets are the standard ticket option that they offer for guests. So for the admission types, including non-dated tickets, theme park reservations may be required to help us continue managing attendance. Stupid. Like it's going to be 8% of the people coming and delivering a great experience for everyone. So it's date-based tickets only. I don't know how you get a ticket that's not date-based outside of an annual pass. But maybe there's like some things they do for companies.
Yeah,
I don't know.
did actually read it, and it includes things that are like if you come for a school field trip, or you come for like a conference, or you come for like the cheerleading competitions. They just buy 3-day park hoppers. They're not like we're coming on this day and we're all going this day. It's just they get their tickets. So that's what they mean by non-standard ticket options. It's mainly for groups and things like that.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. I like that. Now, the pushback I had with what Brandon said earlier is if you buy said date-based tickets, do you have to select the park or are you just buying that? So that's what I mean by when you were like, well, you're still picking your park. Are you though? Or are you just saying like, hey, we're coming to Disney World and may go to one of your 4 parks, January 9th through January 14th. Right. That's how I understand it. Now, I didn't dive into the red tape, but like, that's what I'm wondering. Are they now are they like befuddling us or throwing smoke and mirrors by meaning of those days that you buy tickets for? Do you have to select the park?
That makes sense. Like I know when I bought my packages in the past, like they didn't know where I was going. They didn't know I was going to Epcot day 1. They didn't know I was going to Magic Kingdom day 2, and now they do. So I guess that's the takeaway there.
Yeah.
You definitely,
because the only benefit that I see to this is like we wake up, like I'll give you a prime example. If I like, it's so hard to predict Florida weather, but like we went Monday and Wednesday. Monday was a washout after basically 4 or 5 o'clock.
Right.
We stuck it out, but like the Epcot day was gorgeous. Like if I would have known, I would have flipped those days. Like I would have just said, guys, let's go to Epcot today and go to Magic Kingdom on Wednesday. But we can't do that because of the reservation system. So if that's gone away and you're just buying your date-based tickets so you can go to any 4 parks, that feels like you have that freedom and flexibility that you had before all this started. That's why I'm excited about it, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Like I'm going to disagree with you, Dave. The problem is, what about like dining reservations? You know what I mean? Like you have all these reservations at Epcot that you made months in advance. You're still going to have to go to Epcot on certain day in Magic Kingdom.
Sure, yeah.
So that's going to be
absolutely.
There's always a wrench in the system. But
there's always a wrench, and I kind of, and I don't know that this is true or not, but I took standard tickets to just mean like I'm going to Magic Kingdom. But I guess when you guys booked and you just picked tickets, you didn't say we're going to Magic Kingdom, right?
No, you had to. Because of the reservation, like you had to have a reservation. So I'm understanding it as, let's say we buy tickets for January 9th, 10th, and 11th, that we're just buying 3 tickets and we can go to whatever park on those 3 days that we want to without telling Disney. That's how I'm understanding it.
Yeah, like I know your last trip, you did it. You didn't have a dining reservation, so you couldn't do that option. You said you kind of did it on the fly. So. Which
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's
I hope that's what it is, but
that's what it is, really. I mean, that's a great thing. Now, obviously, us annual pass holders are going to be left out in the cold on this one because annual pass holders still need reservations, right?
Yes.
So again, like when you guys came down and I knew you were coming and we were going to the park on Monday and Wednesday, I still am going to have to make sure that I know what park we're going to and make a reservation for that day.
Wait a sec. So this new thing, and after January 9th, you're still going to have to make reservations?
Correct. For pass holders,
for pass holders, DVC members.
That stinks.
Yes. Now, there will be an exception that we'll get to in the next one.
Yeah, that leads perfectly into our next
which leads perfectly into the next breaking news. And I guess I'll just jump into it. They are going to be introducing good to go days for annual pass holders and cast members. So In 2024, we plan to offer select days on which our annual pass holders and Disney cast members may visit Walt Disney World theme parks without needing any kind of reservation. So as it stands now, we can go to any park after 2 p.m., except Magic Kingdom on the weekends. This will give us, much like if you're an annual pass holder and you have your free reservation day, or they give you a bonus reservation, you're going to have some sort of good to go day where you don't have to tell anybody. You can just go to a park. This will be in addition to the recent update, which offers pass holders the 2 p.m. without needing a reservation. Good to go days may vary park by park, and past blackout dates and capacity limitations continue to apply as they do today.
Which, for clarity on that last part, is just for annual pass holders that are Florida residents that got passes that have blackout dates. Yours
Correct.
and mine do not. We can go.
We do not. Yes, we can go whenever. So it seems to me like there shouldn't be a reason now, once they institute this, there shouldn't be a reason that you should not be able to get into a park.
Yeah.
Either you're going to be on a good to go day, you're going to be able to roll over after 2 o'clock, or you're going to grab a reservation for Magic Kingdom for the weekend. So,
okay. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm even going to bring myself full screen if you're watching us on the
Go
tube.
for it. Woo-hoo.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I have a sneaky suspicion, which these are always wrong, but I'm going for it anyway, that remember how I just mentioned that, like, if you have the Florida annual pass holder and like you have like these blackout dates, I wonder if Monday through Fridays, because I don't think they're ever going to be on the weekend, but Monday through Fridays, when Florida annual pass holders are open, there's probably going to be good to go days. And then all of those blackout dates for Florida annual pass holders are probably going to be reservation dates. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, that would be an easy way for them to manage it, right? I mean, it's just simple. Of course, that may be too many that they want to start. Like, the only thing that my only pushback to myself is maybe that's too many days to give it APs. I don't know.
Yeah,
I bet you it's going to be like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like Mondays are usually crowded because it's.
I would imagine it's going to during the week. You're going to have your good to go days. They may start it off, when the Florida residents are, because they're blocked out anyway. So I could see them saying annual pass holders could go those 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like good to go days when the actual Florida people can't go, because that's when you get the majority of the crowd, is when those local people can roll into the parks whenever.
That's a good point.
And it's always crowded. So I can see them starting small and saying, all right, annual pass holders that can come to the park are good to go. You don't need a pass, because
that'd be a huge bonus for regular APs.
It would be a great bonus for no blackout APs.
Yeah, I always feel like they're doing you a favor. If their blackout dates are going to be extremely crowded, you don't want to go anyway. But
yeah, I mean, everybody counts down, and all on the Facebook pages and the message boards, everybody's counting down to like Florida residents are allowed back in the park, because that's when they know don't go to the park. So I can see them starting small like that, but kind of just mixing it in, but mostly during the week. I can't see them doing it on the weekend. Like, if you still need a reservation to get to Magic Kingdom on the weekend, you're never going to have a good to go day on the
on the weekdays, because weekdays are cool, and Brandon's voice disappeared, so I'm making it up. This is what he was saying.
That's exactly what I said. Weekdays are cool.
Okay, I think any questions, comments, or snide remarks about that? Like, again, it's just like, again, in Disney fashion and in any fashion, we're 118 months out from this beginning, and there is very little detail. So there are no dates of what good to go days are. They probably haven't even begun to look at that. They were just like, hey, let's throw these cats a bone. Throw these cats a bone. Throw these dogs a bone. How about throw these dogs?
These blue sky.
So we shall see. Now I switched the order because I figured we got to save the biggie for last. Are you guys frantically looking at the notes now?
Yeah, I saw you did something, but I'm trying to figure out what you did. So,
well, if we've covered that,
I was going to read one actually, if that was all right.
Because this one is my funniest. This is the funniest thing ever. When I just got back from Florida, we went for spring break with our family. Stayed with Brandon and his family, and he had to give this Disney Pro that has been, before he moved there, had been to Disney way more times than Brandon had. I was like his grandmother trying to figure out Facebook. That is what it was like. Nice. So I was super encouraged to read this next paragraph, but also not very optimistic. And that is Disney is going to simplify the Disney Genie Plus experience. Good luck. Unless you go weekly or daily, this thing is like trying to, when you watch the like NCIS and the dude's trying to like, which wire do you cut, red or blue? That's what it felt like. There's so much pressure.
Yeah,
Don't make it wrong.
difficult.
Don't be logged into Wi-Fi or you won't get Guardians of the Galaxy or Tron. You'll be screwed. So anyway, I digress.
Well, it's funny because I did the Genie Plus like on a last minute whim. Like we got there and we were gonna play it by ear, and I think we were like on the first route. We went to Little Mermaid, and like we were waiting on a big line, and we already have like another kind of pass from special needs pass. But even with that, it was crazy. So I need the special needs pass and the Genie Plus pass, and if you don't research it and you don't know what you're doing, good luck. Like you said, it's very like I would definitely recommend you taking, I don't know, research Genie Plus as much as you can, because it's I'm the ultimate geek, and I agree with you, Dave. I'm sure Brandon's amazing at it. I have zero clue how to do it.
We're like, Brandon's like, all right, we're gonna get up at 6:50. Let's meet at the couches. Okay, so we meet at the couches, and I'm like, all right, well, what happened? We didn't get it, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do the Disney Genie Plus, and he's like, that's not till 9 a.m. Why are we up at 6:50 in the morning? I was so confused.
That's funny. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I mean, if you don't know, like, it's funny. Like, I don't think it's that complicated, and that's only because
shut up.
I mean, that was the first time I'd ever used it. Like, I've never bought it before.
Wow.
The time I decided to purchase it was the most expensive time in the entire 2
You're
years
welcome.
that Genie Plus was out. Thank you. Thank you for visiting on spring break, Dave. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you got to know. Like, if you can buy Genie Plus at midnight. So the day you're going to go, you can buy it at midnight. So we always stayed up and bought it. Like, that didn't get us anything, but we're like, let's spend our $200 right at midnight. Woohoo! So you can buy it at midnight. If you're staying on property, your window opens at 7, right? So you can go and book your first lightning lane experience at 7. And then if you're not on property, it's when the park opens. So, sometimes the park opens at 8 o'clock. You get lucky there, you can pick it out. But most of the time, it's not until 9 o'clock. So, usually when you get there, the good rides, you're looking at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock at night before you're going to be able to get on it. So this one had me kind of excited. It's moving toward, hopefully moving
toward a new dawn, a new era.
A new era. New era.
I got a drink for that one.
It's hopefully moving towards what Fast Pass was. It sounds like you're going to be able to plan ahead. Now, how far ahead? Don't know. But
let's read it, because I don't know much.
Let's let Rob read it. Let's let Rob read it.
Right. Simplifying the Disney Plus, the Disney Genie. I can't even say it right. Simplifying the Disney Genie Plus experience. We've heard from our guests that would like ways to plan with a Disney Genie.
Sorry,
I was ready to read the other one. But okay. We've heard from our guests that they would like ways to plan with Genie Plus service and individual lightning lane selections before the day of their park visit. And we want to know, and we want you to know, the letters are really
Rob,
funny,
less flight. Less
flight. We want you to know that we're working on it. We're working on ways guests may do this for visits.
Anybody else lost?
24. Exactly. It's just park busy. Our goal is to give you the opportunity to spend less time planning in the park. Yeah, good luck. And more time enjoying your visit with your friends and family. While we are not yet able to share specific details because they don't know them, sorry guys, we would look forward to sharing more information at a later date. So they're working on simplifying it. So I don't know how they can. My issue too was with the Genie Plus, I never knew where it was, like the buttons and all along it's like the middle button you hit, and then there's like
feel your
sub
pain.
menu. Like I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like a geek, and I know computers, and I know apps, and I know all that stuff. And
Brandon would like 4 or 5 times. He was like, "It's over. It's the one on the left. It's that." I was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Oh, we need to get our lightning lane." It's not lightning lane. It's Genie Plus. I'm like, "Dang it!"
Where's the Fast Pass paper? Oh yeah.
Can I just go to a kiosk and print it out?
And by the way, you get it. You master it on the last day, so but it's too late.
Yeah, we were pretty good.
We were pretty good right when Brandon took over. That's what he was going to say.
I have a great story. I was having problems with the Disney Genie Plus at Epcot, and I think with our disability pass too, we kept going, and like they have different kiosks throughout Epcot. Go to one kiosk, guy had no clue. They manually put it in, and then like we go around another kiosk, couldn't get our passes. We had problems all day, my wife and I, all day thing. Go to another kiosk. And it was funny because they kind of switched things. I kept seeing the same guy. He was like traveling around the World Showcase with me.
He was like, just follow that guy.
Yeah. So I think the 4th or 5th visit that they manually put stuff in, the guy realized that, hey, they never scanned my pass into Epcot. So I never checked in that day.
Oh, that's
great. He's like, you can go scan your ticket and it'll work great. I'm like, yeah, right. So I did get a 2 free day pass at Epcot.
There you go.
They didn't scan my wife. They didn't scan me. And so I had 2 extra passes for Epcot, which was 2 extra any day passes for anything. So that was the issue there. So
bonus.
We were in customer or guest services when Dave was looking at getting park hopper passes. Remember the people in front of us? They had like a disability pass and something crazy going on. And finally the girl just takes out a piece of paper and she goes, write down where you want to go.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that it gets in your app at some point while you're here today. So even the people who work there don't
they get. I'm sure that's a challenging system to navigate.
They told me to email to get help, and they're never getting back to me on email. So I don't think they ever. I'm still waiting for that email.
Dear RobFuz. Dear Rob okay, please don't complain about us on your podcast. All right. So the takeaway that I have for this is, we felt exactly what they're trying to resolve with this announcement when we were there. I didn't really pay attention to it. I mean, I guess I've been to Disney so much. I'm used to like, okay, what fast pass, what pass. But I'll tell you what was easier about fast pass was you got 3. And then from there on, you got 1 and you just pound the app and get another one. It was Kim was like, every time we did something, we all had to stop. We get off the ride or attraction. We'd all have to stop. We'd get the phone out and then we'd all, okay. Oh, this is available. What is available? What do you like? And so it literally would stop everything that you were doing to select your next like thing that you wanted to do. And so that I think is the biggest thing, like especially for Kim to say, she was just like, it took you out of the moment. And I was like, that's a really good way of putting it. And so I mean, I'd even be fine if like the morning of they let you pick your first 3, just like the traditional system.
Yeah, that would be great.
And so we'll see what they do. Like if you like, because to me, I got to be honest, guys, if they're going to let you pick 1 the day before, that in no way, shape, or form helps it. Like, because we picked our first one before we ever got to the park. Now I know that we're not the typical people that we get to the park like between 10 and 11 every, because we look at it as we're still on vacation. Our kids don't get up early, so we've never been that family that like 6 o'clock we're waiting for the bus with our little backpack and our sunscreen on, ready to go. I don't know what that was.
Fast pass, they let you do that. They let you pick 3 of them. So.
Yeah. And so if they do that, I'd even like, we don't even have to do it the day before. Just let me do it the morning of.
Yeah. And I think it's gonna appease people because they're gonna be like, hey, I can plan some of it before. But I mean, even with Fast Pass, I mean, you still had a little bit of that. Once you used your 3, like you still had to stop in the moment and be like, all right, what am I gonna get next? So I don't think it's ever, unless it's gonna let you select 10 GD Plus lightning lanes for your day at Magic Kingdom, like that'll never completely be alleviated, but it would definitely help if you could pick your first 3 throughout the day.
Now I will say this.
I don't know if you're on your phone all the times, but like especially with the reservation, you're
100%.
All the time, so.
It is a challenge. It does take you, we're all looking at our bellies instead of looking at like the theme park. I will say this because I love to dissect anything when a company makes an announcement. And so what stands out to me, it's important. So we have heard from guests and that they would like ways to plan with Disney Genie Plus service and individual lightning lane selections. I first got excited about selections being pluralized, but the problem is they're talking about 2 different things. So it's not like they're saying your Disney Plus selections. It could literally still just be 1, but you get to do it the day before. And that's what, like, to me, that's a red flag. That doesn't fix the issue. Like, and so that's why I'm nervous, because I was like, ooh, selection is polarized, but I was like, Lightning Lane and Genie Plus are 2 separate things. And so to pluralize them, you're talking about the both of them. Sorry, I know I'm really nerding out, but like you have to pay attention to
definitely.
like the way they
No,
word
100%.
these things. And so I got really excited. Then I was like, you can't read into it yet. So it'll be like, even if it's two, that at least kind of gets you through like the first half of your morning, maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
and-
give you 2 before noon or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and I still love how this statement is 100% Disney. They're like, you could basically put, but we don't know how we're going to do it after every statement. So like, we have heard from guests that they would like ways to plan with Disney GD Plus service and individual Lightning Lane selections before the day of their park visit. And we want you to know we're working on ways to make it happen. We have no idea how that's going to happen, but we're working on it. Our goal is to give you the opportunity to spend less time planning. We have no idea how, but we're going to work on it. So
we have a lot to do, but we'll relook at this in October, maybe November.
This is like building Villains Land behind Big Thunder Mountain,
right next to Coco.
Right next to Coco.
Super weird.
Super weird. Now I know Rob was super excited about.
I know. I
this
feel like we should
one.
give it to him.
So we're gonna let Rob announce this one because this one's good.
Again. You saw what a bang up job I reading last.
Here it
week.
is.
Here, I need some music, Dave. Come on.
Got it. Here it is.
Doing? So give me the magical music, anything. Sounds like a funeral dirge, that one. So.
How about nope?
Right, there we go.
There you go. That's a good one.
Bringing back our fan favorite. Ready for it? Disney dining plan.
Hold on. I love that the next words are time to eat.
Time to eat! Exclamation point. Disney dining plans will be coming back as an option for those staying at Disney resort hotels who purchased a vacation package with a starting and stays beginning January 9th, 2024, which will also open for bookings on May 31st. Oh, so they're going to sell those packages starting this May 31st.
So that's really soon.
So yeah,
that's a couple weeks.
We know our guests and families in particular have missed our dining plans, which offer guests the convenience and peace of mind of prepaying for their meals and snacks. Guests will be able to choose from 2 popular options: packages that include the Disney Quick Service Dining Plan or the Disney Dining Plan. Both plans will be a great value for families with young children with access to many spectacular food and beverages offered across Walt Disney World. So right now it's just you just get credit, right? If they don't have the dining plans, you just buy
they were running.
Like
I don't even know if they're still running it.
Yeah.
But you got to.
It was weird.
$75 a night for every night, and or $100. It was on a card, and you could only use it for dining. So it was super.
Yeah.
Weird.
I got to tell you, I love the dining plan, but I don't think I ever got my money's worth anytime we ever used it.
Yeah, there was
at the last minute getting all those snacks and stuff.
In 2007, we did because we stayed at a what's the middle? I never can't remember.
Moderate.
Yeah, we stayed at a moderate, and that came with 2 quick service and 1 sit down, so that was nice. To get but like that's been 2007.
Yeah. And Kristen and I
time.
have done it both ways. Like we've done it with the dining plan, and we've done it where we just pay out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, if you're going to stick to quick service, it probably comes out even. I think you get your money's worth if you go full dining plan and you have the sit down options for every meal. Because I mean, like you went, Dave, I think you went to Le Cellier when you guys had the dining plan. So I mean, if you think about it, I mean, a steak at Le Cellier is $65, and that's just one of your courses. So I think
did he have to use 2 meals for that package?
No, it was 1. But I will tell you this:
whatever you're saying,
they do not cover gratuity, and our gratuity was $60.
Jeez. Yeah. We got hit with that a couple times too.
Yeah,
we ate at the Cinderella's castle, and we had to use our 2 meals for that. So
I remember that.
That was awesome. I love doing that.
Okay, so it's time for Wordsmith to rip this apart. Number 1, if you're an annual pass holder, you won't be able to get this.
Actually, you can.
But it says when staying at resort hotels and purchase a vacation package. I would never buy tickets, which would be included in a vacation package.
I think I saw you keep talking. I'm going to look for I think I saw an announcement today.
Well, I'll move on to the second one. So here's the thing. For those staying at Disney resort hotels who purchase a vacation package with us, starting with stays beginning January 9th, 2024, which will also open so you can book it this year, beginning the end of May. We know our guests and families, particularly have missed dining. I read right past it. Crap. They'll be coming back as an option for those staying. So, people, this will not be free.
No, not for a while.
Yeah, I just wanted to because I think people love the Disney dining plan when it was like, you book during this time and you stay at these resorts and you can get the Disney dining plan for free. No. It will be coming back as an option for those staying at Disney Resort hotels who purchase a vacation package starting January 9th. So
I could see it possibly being a free item, like at some point in the future. I don't like.
Yeah, maybe down the line.
Let's not candy coat this. They're doing this to book some rooms. That's what they're doing.
And
so,
I mean,
if they're not booking rooms, they might.
Anytime it's free, they always jack up the price of the room. So it's not like you're going to get it free.
Yeah.
There's nothing free.
Nothing's free at Disney.
All right. Did I stall long enough for you to find anything?
No, keep looking. But I remember I saw it today because it was a big discussion.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Reading through, guests will be able to choose from two popular option packages. Include either the Disney quick service or the Disney dining. There was 3, but I don't remember what the deluxe one was. Was that deluxe? Was that every meal was sit down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
So I think the Disney dining is probably 2 quicks and 1 sit. I could be wrong, or it's got to be 2 quicks.
The modern one was that, but there was one where everyone was sit down table. So they're not offering that.
I don't know because I don't remember the difference. So the quick service and the quick service dining plan had changed.
Yeah.
When we went way back in the day and got it free for staying on property, it was like,
yes,
you got a snack credit for breakfast and 2 quick service, like a lunch and a dinner. Now it's like 2 snack credits and 1 quick service, right? Isn't that what it is? Something like that.
Yeah.
So here's the 2 levels now that are returning. So quick service, 2 counter service meals, 1 snack, and a refillable drink mug. Then they have the Disney dining plan, which is 1 counter service or quick service, 1 sit down meal, 1 snack, and a mug. So what is missing is the deluxe dining plan, which was all sit downs.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'll be honest, that doesn't make if you're limited on time to do 3 sit down meals was
that's
not
crazy.
smart.
That's a lot.
I never thought that package was smart, and it was so much money too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to Disney just to sit in restaurants for a week.
Yeah. Some people, the foodies love that. I'll give you that. Okay. All right, that's our breaking news.
That's our breaking news.
Well, it's this is another step towards Disney going back to.
Yeah, I agree. These are huge leaps forward.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hopefully,
I was excited about it. I was so excited about it that I was like, dude, we need to get together.
Let's get together.
Let's get together. Podcast. Yeah.
So Brandon's going on vacation. I'm doing nothing. Rob, what are you doing this week?
This week? What? I don't know. Nothing really.
That's right.
Had a bunch of different stuff going on, but I had a wedding last week and had a lot of crazy stuff. But this is a slow week for me. So
good. Me too. I'll take.
Got a bunch of stuff coming up though. Like June is like graduations and confirmations and all this stuff, weddings and stuff. So a lot of stuff's going on. So we do want to go to the Harry Potter exhibit in the city. That's opening on the 15th in New York City or the 14th, Mother's Day, I believe. Oh, nice. Mother's Day is this week too. So we'll be we'll be hanging with the moms. So that's my mother-in-law. So and then
every time I hear Mother's Day, I just think of Saturday Night Live.
Which one's that?
Check out it's Andy Samberg, Justin Timberlake about Mother's Day.
Oh.
It's definitely not family friendly Disney, but
something in a box.
Well, it's the sequel to that. Something in a box.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. But same
premise
because they're dressed up the same way.
Same
in their 90s garb.
And we were just like 3 weeks away from Memorial Day, which is crazy.
I know.
This year's flying by. It's so crazy. I don't know.
I don't think we're doing anything for that. We're going out of school like the week. We're going out of town the week after the kids get out of school. So we're going to save all of our things for that. Our anniversary weekend is the first weekend in June. That'll be fun.
Very nice. And I think this is our year we're going to finally pilgrimage to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Dude, Hershey's like so good.
Hershey is awesome. And they got great roller coasters.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. So we go to Wildwood, New Jersey, down the Jersey Shore. We go.
Yeah.
Usually, I think we might try to sneak that into, but who knows? I don't know. There's a Van Gogh exhibit near us that actually was supposed to end next week. And I saw they extended it till like September now. So
Trying to make some money, I guess.
Yeah, so we got a couple things going on, a little staycation stuff.
I like it.
Staycation. That's good.
Yeah, well, good.
I like it.
All right, party people. This
That
has
was
been great. Great idea, Brandon. We tackled
Thanks,
the news. The people now are informed.
Thanks. Now now people will be excited.
What was the stuff they announced a couple weeks ago? Like free parking that came back, right? And like, did they do good by all that stuff? Did you see different changes that when you went, Dave? Like,
Well, we were staying off property, so
okay,
because it was only for resort guests,
right? Okay, well,
but I bet they did.
Yeah, they had a bunch of different little things. So little
they were
tweaks
getting rid
made.
of parking and all sorts of stuff.
And I'll be honest with you, I think there's going to be some more tweaks coming up. I think there's
so.
going to be another announcement. So, and
They're going to cut
be,
costs with, by unfortunately eliminating departments, laying off people throughout the company as a whole, not necessarily parks related.
Yeah.
But what that will do is that'll keep them from nickel and diming people like at the parks. So this is some of the things that they're doing to help eliminate that.
Yes, indeed.
That's it.
I like it.
I like it. All right, it was good to see your all's faces. I'm glad we did.
I don't know when we'll be back, but we will.
I don't know when we'll be back. I'm going to hunt ghosts, so I hope I come back.
Nice. That's fun, Brandon. I'm excited.
All right, party people.
Until next time. Bicycle.
Peace.
Peace. Bye, guys.
Try to get excited.